We know about Hanno the Navigator from a partial manuscript from a Greek translation called the Periplus. Hanno's original log was written in Punic and lost. The only translations we have today are in Greek and Roman. They come from a time following the burning and destruction of Carthage thousands of years ago. Roman fires destroyed so much of the knowledge of the ancient world. As a result of the partial Periplus Hannon log, we can determine that 1. The Carthaginians had the best naval technology and the largest number of ships in the Old World in the mid-6th century. 2. The Carthaginian ships were on the western shore of Morocco and took their ships to Cameroon. 3. Greek-speaking clerks translated the Periplus Hannon from Punic to Greek in the 5th century. The translation is abridged and is only 101 lines long. While it contains some contradictions and errors, it is derived from an original Carthaginian text. The Periplus survived as the nearest we have to a specimen of Carthaginian literature and one of the few extant accounts of ancient exploration penned by Hanno. The first translation was probably made in the 5th century before Christ. Translations have been copied several times by Greek and Greek-speaking Roman clerks over the centuries. The oldest copies date from the 9th and 14th centuries of our modern calendar. In AD 1559, Conrad Gessner produced the first Latin translation of the text, which was printed in Zurich, Switzerland. The ancient world's most famous seafarer, Hanno the Navigator, was a real person. Hanno took many trips during the height of Carthage's sea power, but we only have a partial record of one. Hanno and Mulich's lives likely intersected in Carthage when Mulich became an adult in the mid-6th century. As the Prince of Judah, Mulich had the money, and he wanted to get away from the Babylonians who had power in the eastern end of the sea. Hanno controlled the western end of the sea. He did not like the Babylonians. He had the ships and seafaring navigation to take paying customers to America. After becoming an adult on Jerba Island in Tunisia, it seems that Mulich came to Hanno to make a deal for sailing his people as far away from his enemies as he could. This replica of Phoenicia, dating from 600 BC, represents the best artifact that links the Old and New worlds. The ship's timbers weigh more than 40 tons. In the last 3 years, over 7,000 hours have been donated to reassemble more than 10,000 Phoenician joints that came from more than 1,000 cut pieces. In 3 years, volunteers have demonstrated the power of focused effort. The replica came from the Old World when Captain Philip Beale from England sailed with volunteer crews around Africa and across the Atlantic by taking a square-rigged ancient ship design over 2 oceans for 30,000 nautical miles. Today, the replica is on the west bank of the Mississippi River in Montrose, Iowa, and is freely available for scholars and enthusiasts to investigate.